In the next minute or two, I'm going to walk you through what I did for IP&T 760 class in my project this semester. So my name is Kevin Ashton, and the things that I'm most fascinated is how do you teach technology faster and better? So for this, over the summer, I built a resource and I called it Two-Tailed Monkey, and it is a little platform, a website where it had various visualizations with immediate feedback, had lots of instances of different ideas, and there was this idea of this map, a knowledge map, as a navigational mechanism. So when I began this class this semester, I was curious on how could I take this to the next level? How could I make better instruction to teach technology faster and better? What technologies could I apply to do that? I began by more or less going out and trying to map out all the general ideas in technology. The purpose of the instruction I wanted to create, and still am working to create, is I'm interested in people understanding the underlying roots of technology and not just a specific program. So what I did is, you can kind of see here, I went through and I found lots of different technology concepts and I put them into broad categories. And it's a task analysis of sorts, I suppose. And in certain ones I began sequencing them to understand how could I sequence the content so that it would make sense to learners. Now this area right here where it's much more ordered, it's a web technology area, and that's why I ultimately decided to start on, because web technology is so popular. So for that, I went ahead and I created 26 screencast videos covering topics in web development, basic cloud computing, and relational databases. I created 2 new gadgets, which are little things with feedback, and I revised 1 gadget as well. After doing that, I moved on to a bigger problem. So in my old version of the website, I had this knowledge map right here, but I was unable to continue to add to it. There was no zooming or panning or any of that type of nature. So I decided in order to make a very powerful mechanism, I would need some sort of a better mapping tool. So let me demonstrate a few of these things that I've done this semester. Here we go. So this is an example of a mapping tool I created and modified. You can zoom in on it. When you click on those nodes or topics, you can add pictures, you can add little boxes and text, so everything looks good as you zoom in and out, as any mapping software should. So with this, I integrated it into the latest version of Two-Tailed Monkey. So you can see that I have my original 9 here, but I also now have room so I can begin expanding. You can see I have this little small pane right here so I can navigate when the map gets really big. By adding that, the hope is that I can continue to expand this resource that I'm trying to create, where I really want to teach technology well and fast. Additionally, to finish this off, I guess I can show you some of the gadgets I worked on as well. Go to the new gadgets page. This one, I designed it and I had someone else program part of it, but I ended up having to finish it. It's just an easy way to add and play around with style sheets right here. This is a dynamically generated a table that basically pulls all the CSS ones, well, not all of them, but a good deal of them, and it demonstrates what their what their default values are for each HTML element here. And the last one is as I'm looking to teach these basic concepts, I want people, in order to help learners understand the arbitrary nature of syntax and separate from the concept, have this idea where you can choose the programmatic concept. So we'll say variable declaration. We'll do and then you can click on each language, and it has examples of how that concept works. So the idea is that as they're learning those concepts, you don't want them distracted by syntax specific. The syntax is specific to each language. So finally, as the last part of this project, I began designing what I think the platform should look like in the future to really take it to the next level. And there's a lot of features here where, I want to be able to create classes, and I want to add different levels of mastery for each class, and easy forking and branching the code so other people can easily reuse the content. So that's the project I did this semester.